Greetings, this is Dr. Paul Karitzis. Today I'll be giving you a little spiel on narrative and the reasons for narrative. We know that narrative has existed since the dawning of human consciousness. Our ancestors told narratives in the form of myths, legends, and folktales around fireplaces, first for entertainment, and second, of course, to impart important morals and ethical sensibilities. So nowadays, we see narrative manifest through pop fiction flicks, novels, novellas, short stories, and the like, and through film, through Hollywood films, and they also manifest in the day-to-day gossip that occurs in workplaces and homes. So why is narrative so prevalent? Why does it pervade the entire human condition? Well, narratives perform an array of very important functions. So one of these is that they ground our experience in a linear sequential framework. They are also involved in remembering sequences of events and steps in problem solving. They also serve as blueprints for emotion, behavior, and identity. They help us keep goals in mind and establish sequences for goal attainment. They provide for affect regulation whilst under stress, anxiety. And perhaps this is the most important reason: they allow a context for movement to self-definition. Now, something can be said for narrative from a bottom-up perspective, that being sort of a neuroscientific or reductive perspective. So the word out from cognitive neuroscientists is that narratives emerged in part as a mechanism of neural integration and coordination between the left and the right hemispheres. So some thinkers, including the famed child psychologist Daniel Siegel, claim that the anterior commissures and corpus callosum combined is the only pathway through which the higher functions of perception and cognition, learning and voluntary motor coordination, can be unified. So in essence, they're responsible for interhemispheric coordination, or they assist interhemispheric coordination. So there are two types of narratives, obviously. There are our fictional narratives, and obviously on the other side we have scientific narratives as well, or scientific treatises, should I say. So scientific treatises actually only activate the digital temporal processes of the left hemisphere, whereas the combined visual imagery and linear storyline, which is couched within real stories and fictional tales, activates both the left as well as the holistic analogic processes of the right hemisphere. Hence, there's a reason as to why we recourse to them when we're feeling depressed, anxious, or a sense of emptiness and meaninglessness in our lives. So, to give you one example, I've been in my PsyD degree for about nearly a year and a half now. So at the end of my first year, which was pervaded by a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of studying, but it was a very one-sided studying because I was only reading texts that were psychology-based, so empirical-based, scientific, and I started to feel a deep sense of emptiness and a sense that something was missing from my life. I felt really, really empty. And I wasn't quite conscious of why I was feeling that way. However, there was kind of like an intuitive pull to story and to the creative arts therapies, I should say. So something just during that time just didn't feel right. And there was a part of me that felt like that could be corrected through expressive arts therapies. So basically, techniques that involve both the left and the right hemisphere. So I ended up doing quite a bit of creative writing, storytelling. I wrote poetry. I started playing on my synthesizer again. I did some voice work, drawing, theatre, some craft work. So according to neuroscience, these all promote left-right brain equilibrium. And on the phenomenological level of experience, these manifested as, I would say, contentment, as a sense of satisfaction, and increased feelings of well-being and self-esteem, I would say. That was that was an interesting experience. So, in my next few videos, I'm going to narrate 2 very beautiful ancient Egyptian myths which relate specifically to the Great Mother archetype, so the triad of Nut, Hathor and Isis. And I hope you can join me for those. They'll be up soon. So I'll see you then. Bye.